Hello again, and welcome back to the next installment of Unboxed Prepping, brought to you by the team at GenXTalkin on being prepared. In today's show, we'll be talking about the Head for Survival Triangular Bandana, or cravat. As usual, we'll post the web address in the show notes below. Gun shows are a bit more difficult to come by here in my slice of the eastern seaboard, so I often find myself traveling to Pennsylvania or Virginia to get in my fix. I was at the Nation's Gun Show in Dulles a couple of months back, and I found a pretty cool little item I thought would really augment my bug-out bag, and even one of my grown-up kids' bags, perhaps. It's the Head for Survival Triangular Bandana, and along with it comes a couple of really nice larger safety pins. All of it folded up nicely into a little zipped-up packet. It set me back about $12, but I think it's really worth the cost for what you get. For those of us with any sort of medical or even just some simple first aid training, if you think of triangular bandage, you already get a sense of what it looks like. It's an isosceles shaped triangle with the long side being about 52 inches and the short equal sides being 39 inches. Of course, it works perfectly for its more common first aid purposes, namely a sling to stabilize an arm or support a shoulder injury, head cover for injury or keeping the head out of the elements, stabilizing sprained ankle, using in conjunction with harder item to splint the leg or arm breaks, possible tourniquet or means to slow bleeding down, covering an eye injury, or holding a broken jaw in place. Of course, there could be countless others. As well, this cool little piece of not technology can be used for other non-medical purposes, such as pre-filtering water maybe, a simple face mask, and if cut into strips, it could be used as cordage, or even possibly tinder for fire starting. Now for the cool part. And I'm sure many of you have seen these types before, but printed on this little beauty is a whole host of survival concepts. It's broken down into sections for navigation, knots, signaling, fire starting, water collection and purification, and of course, shelter. Now each section contains very clear instructions on how to perform steps to success in these areas. For instance, within the signaling section, it breaks down ideas on how to best use a cell phone in urgent situations. It also explains how many signal fires, 3, you should build, and in what shape, a triangle, of course. There's a section on ground signaling, offering recommendations on how to build an SOS sign on the ground. Think about 18-foot tall letters. And when trying to hail a searching aircraft, make sure you wave frantically, not friendly. If you can, wave with a bright colored cloth. Did I mention this triangle bandage is bright orange? Also, within signaling, it breaks down ideas for sight signals, SOS and Morse code, versus sound signals. Think whistling or banging metal objects together. These sounds travel farther, of course. And this is just the section for signaling. Each section goes into quite some detail on its own topic. Very clear and concise, not to mention helpful. Let's answer the question, add it or chuck it. Personally, I love this item. I'll probably look for more to add into each pack I have. EDC, bug out bag, get home pack, doesn't matter. I can always use one of these, or 2. So, yep, definitely give it a thumbs up. Recommend it for anyone. Thanks for joining us for this installment of Unboxed Prepping from GenXTalkin. I'm Matt Marshall. So long, and thanks for all the, well, you know.